Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Name Pending. I'm Manny,
I'm Jane.
and today we are reacting to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder Season 1, Episode 6,
That was 10.
the finale. We are finally at the finale. For you guys, I don't know what my upload rate for this is going to be. It might have been days, but for us, it's been
Few hours.
a few hours.
Oh,
That's insane.
like a whole day's of work, or like a whole shift, basically.
I always say about book adaptations that, like, TV series are always the best way, especially for especially dense books.
Mm-hmm.
Just to include as much as possible. And even though we have 6 whole 40-minute episodes, it feels not enough. I want more. I'm really hoping we get a second season. I mean, this show is excellent, so I think it'll, because this released in the UK first, and when it comes to Netflix, I think it'll blow up. It's like so good.
Guarantee it will.
I guess I haven't mentioned before, but we are watching this via VPN the day it came out. So yeah, we're ahead of the game. If for some reason you're watching this without having seen the first 5 episodes, Jane and I have read the book, and so we will be discussing the book both during and after our reaction. So if you haven't read the book, just be warned and beware of spoilers for potential future events. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you drop a like, leave a comment, and we're just gonna hop right in.
When he found me, never forget the look on his face when he saw me. Pure relief and joy. So I thanked him, just told him he was a nice guy. You're a good person.
You don't know that. What if I told you I killed a person? Would you judge me then?
I wish I'd run then, but I didn't.
Oh.
His name was Singh. I drugged him first before I smothered him.
Oh.
And as he was slipping away, I spoke to him about university, future, just so he would fall asleep thinking about something good.
I remember that.
Do you think I'm a monster?
I think you're a nice guy who must have found himself in a bad situation.
Yeah, like, what do you even say?
Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
But maybe I could have one of those.
I'll get you a glass.
It's fucking terrifying. That's a horror movie situation. What compelled her to stay? Or is he being... Yeah, I think he's holding her cat.
I think they're actually making
No.
like the bad guy now. Because in the book,
He wouldn't let me go.
they kind of like not let him off the hook, but
I didn't like that. Okay, well,
they did make it too easy that like, oh yeah, she's willingly here now,
yeah.
you know, and so he's not really.
I think Ravi's here.
It's gonna be okay. I promise.
Poor girl. Holy shit.
So
And the fact that, like, maybe he could have let her go if he hadn't fucking told her about Sal.
Look at him!
Hey, it's over. It's over. You're safe here, chicken.
Any qualms I had about the actor playing Elliot are gone. Oh my god. He's so uncomfortable to watch.
he's so uncomfortable. Like I'm goosebumping out.
I had no sympathy for him in the book.
Oh.
And I don't remember if they tried to have us sympathize with him, but
I feel like that's what they were aiming, just because they made it more like, oh, she really believed she was Andie, so it was kind of okay because she was like, she didn't mind being there because she thought he was taken care of, you know? Like, obviously that's still not a good thing, but they do make it where they're trying to give him some kind of redeeming, like, oh, he didn't kill her, oh, he did.
that whole part, though, went by really fast.
Yes.
Not in a bad way, but, like, if I was a first-time watcher and I hadn't read the book, I'd be like, holy shit, what the fuck? This all came out of nowhere.
Because now we gotta go back.
Becca time. I like her lights. Aw, it's cute. She thinks she's done. Still have 2 more books to go, girl.
Everyone now knows that Sal isn't guilty and that he didn't kill himself. But he was murdered by someone he knew and trusted.
And you?
I feel different. I've got you to thank for that.
Trying to say something?
I love you.
What I wanted to say is that
Pip, I'm leaving.
What?
What?
I feel like I've been trapped here. Frozen. My whole life on hold. I wanted to leave so badly, and now I can.
Not allowed to leave.
I'll get a job, apply to college, you know, do life.
you can do that here.
I need to go.
No, Ravi. You don't.
No, I don't think you need to go anywhere.
You need to stay with Pip.
You know, she's gonna confess her love, and I think that'll be what keeps me here.
It has to, because
Her eyes are.
ooh, or maybe it's when she gets right, I can taste that. Drugged.
Oh yeah, 'cause we haven't even got to that part yet.
He had a woman trapped in the attic of a secret house. He had a secret teenage lover, then murdered said secret teenage lover,
Okay, we know what
and then
happened.
secretly murdered her boyfriend.
He broke into my house on my brother's birthday, and he killed my dog.
Aura.
So here I am. What can I do? I want to make it better. How can you? I can't do this.
Yeah, I was like, why are you even here? I'd like take the rest of the year off, man. I could not go back to school after something like that.
I wouldn't even have gone after Barney.
It always gets me when these YA stories, when the kids are going through like devastating shit and they're still going into school in between.
But I need you to know that you are the bee's knees, okay?
The bee's knees.
I could not be more proud of my
Frickin' pajamas.
insane and determined daughter. It makes me cross, though. Elliot doesn't have the decency to own up to killing Andie.
Oh, maybe this is where she talks to Elliot
Ew.
and he says he doesn't.
Oh, because she
Yeah.
still interviews him. I forgot.
Right. Oh.
Why did you come?
You were gone the day Barney went missing. You couldn't have taken him.
Someone else was hiding something.
Someone else murdered Andy Bell.
Double blood.
Who's gonna believe you? I'm the monster. Maybe I deserve the blame.
You are to blame. You murdered Sal and took advantage of Andy. She was 17.
When I told her I wouldn't give her the money, she went crazy. She said if she couldn't leave that night, she was scared of what he might do.
Who?
When Andie and I were together, she told me that Jason was controlling of all of them. Andie, Becca, he ran that house with fear. And the night Andie went missing, he was out to dinner with friends, supposedly all evening, only I know for a fact he wasn't. I was out looking for Andie by the woods. He drove past me in his van. As far as I knew, she was dead somewhere, and when they found her, everything would lead to me. And then I remembered Naomi was struggling, and she wouldn't talk to me. I had to know why, so I read her diary.
It's a hit and run.
That's so simple. Why didn't we remember that?
This dark little seed came into my head. It took hold, and it grew, killing Sal. And blaming him became the only way to protect my girls.
You're evil.
Maybe. Or maybe it's that dark little seed that's evil. You know, now I wonder if we don't all have one somewhere in there. Even you, Pip.
Made him
Even
a
you.
hinge.
It just needs the right conditions to grow.
Oh, that's so poignant for. Oh.
As metaphors go, I expected better from an English teacher. You had a choice, and you chose to murder Sal.
Yes.
Hey.
No. No.
Don't go.
Stay.
I just saw Elliot at the police station. He didn't kill Andie Bell.
I'm done.
We're supposed to be a team. The two of us. Sherlock and Watson.
Pip, it's over.
Well, now you're gonna go make her do some shit.
And here I thought he knew her better.
Not though with taking out the friend Chloe. Yeah, we didn't get the Jason Bell, like, all the stuff. Because initially Andy's friends were the ones that, reason why Jason was the suspect, because they told her about.
Jason, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I guess we kind of got that from Elliot a little bit at the end.
Hey, you seen anyone around here?
I don't think so.
Really?
Oh, god damn.
She's so...
What the fuck are you doing? Why are you here?
Is that...
I work here.
Person from the
Yeah.
I thought you already locked a dude up for that.
His blue van was seen driving out of Little Kilton exactly when Andie went missing, and nobody knows where he went.
Yeah, except for me and my dad and the police. The security alarms went off at the office. Jason came down and turned them off, and he went back to his dinner.
I remember that. That was a big thing earlier. That wasn't... Yeah.
There was no break-in. The only person coming in was Jason coming in to turn them off.
What blue van? The police were searching for it.
Yeah, Jason came forward, explained it was his. They just didn't mention it on the news because they already thought it was Sal by then. Becca was my best friend, but those girls were wild.
Was she?
Andie was a party girl, and Becca did everything she could to be just like her. Jason knew those parties were bad news.
He couldn't know what would happen to Andie.
I wasn't talking about Andie.
2019, Becca went to a calamity party.
We're only just big. Holy shit. I totally forgot about that. Oh my god, that's like such a big, giant part of it. Oh, I can't believe
I remember
it's
when
just
she
now.
like calls Max and she's like, when she finds out what he did to her.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an intense part in the book.
And it's just now.
This is a POV we were seeing.
Becca.
Oh my god. Ah. That's brilliant. Becca, I have far more sympathy for than Elliot.
Oh, way more.
Oh my god. This fucking asshole.
She had no idea where she was when she woke up.
She'd been raped.
She'd been drugged, no question.
Does he know who did it?
No, she couldn't remember anything.
Thank you. That's the second time you saved me.
Ta-da!
I like her.
I know.
I wish we knew her name. A nice little interesting additional character.
Hope we get her next season too. We're getting another season. I'm just 1,000%. There isn't a way we would.
And
People will
TT
want
has a soft spot for a hypno.
Roofie's in her drink.
Tango.
Andie sold drugs.
Tango it.
I was one of her customers.
Tango tits.
But it's so dramatically. It's like, how can you say that dramatically? That's retro.
Hey babe, I guess you're ringing to apologise. You've been trying to pin this all on me when all along it was your favourite teacher who did the bad thing.
Did he call her babe?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is your problem?
My problem is that you raped Becca Bell at a calamity party with the drugs that Andie sold to you.
Becca and I slept together, but it was consensual. She never once said no.
It's hard to say no when you can't speak.
I hate Max so much.
You didn't say no. I'm already mad about putting you.
I know what you're doing. Just have one question. Why?
No.
I'm on my way out. I know what Max did to you. I know it was you driving Andie's car that night. Come in.
How about no?
What the fuck?
I remember those seat designs. I'm not worried. He'll come back.
It's just weird they sent him off.
They want to torture us, make us think.
Hey, can you stop the bus, please?
That's so cliche. I love that.
And when you tell your sister about it, and you ask her to come to the police with you, what should she say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except she tells you she can't. Because she was the one that sold Max Hastings the drugs that he used to rape you.
She told me she was leaving the next day.
She just said she had to go. She couldn't take Dad anymore. After all this time of it being the two of us, together against him, she was gonna leave me. Then I guess I lashed out. And she was just lying there. And she was just vomiting. And she was choking. I just stood there and I watched her die. She was already injured. She and Elliot had fought. It wasn't your fault.
Doesn't even matter now anyway.
Roughenol?
Do you want to see where she is?
For Hypnol?
And drink up.
That was dark. The way she just so coldly was like, you want to see where she is? Drink up.
And we got phone track beach. Ravi!
If you had been here like 30 seconds earlier? You know, even after your brother was proven innocent, to just go and knock on the Bell's house? It's crazy. I sympathize with Becca, I really do, but the fact that she would do that to Pip after everything that happened to her, it's...
Come on.
This is creepy. If I remember correctly, she just, in the house, she just did the classic pass out after realizing it was in her drink. With her leading her into the woods like that.
What can I say?
I don't know. The last thing she said to me was that your dad didn't kill Andie, that it was Jason Bell. I went to the Bells and her car was there, but she wasn't in it.
Ravi and Kara are gonna team up to save Pip.
I know where she is. I track her.
I thought she didn't let anyone track her.
Oh, well, maybe she's not as smart as she thinks.
I like that a lot.
Oh god, cave?
Cave!
The cave?
Calamity Cave?
Hey, it's got a nice ring to it. Pip, you are so smart, but I have no idea.
She's book smart, no street smart.
Oh, she's already pale. They made that really obvious, even for someone who hasn't read the book, when she was like, drink up.
Anytime in any book, you're going for a meeting and they give you wine or... I'm like, it's drug, bro. Like,
Especially if they're revealing sensitive information.
This is where I put her.
Ugh.
Thing is, Pip, now I've shown you where she is.
Don't I have to put you in there with her too?
There'll be the rohypnol I put in your tea.
I got to Andie's bunny before you did. It's not me you're angry with. It's Max Hastings.
When will you realize, Pip, that nothing ever happens to people like Max Hastings? I'm really sorry.
She a fighter. She does not look great. Of course, they included the cave earlier to bring it back for this. Oh god. I can't believe she dragged her sister all the way from her house. Well, she drove her, but then had to drag her all the way inside this cave like this. What are you gonna do? 2v1, Becca.
It's okay. The police are outside.
Oh god.
Why'd you come back?
It has something to do with marshmallows.
You'll be fine.
I love that they teamed up for her.
Have you seen Andie? It's okay, I just need to speak to her about something.
Yeah,
she went that way.
It did.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't
time
smiling.
it's changed her perspective. The first time, it was kind of just like sad. The second time, they made him look more suspicious. I knew they were changing it.
I thought it was him following me.
Okay, we'll get more money.
How?
I have enough for a room. I can...
Oh man.
We'll be fine.
We're gonna need thousands of pounds.
We will work something out.
There's a 10 a.m. train tomorrow from Oxford. Can you meet me at the station?
This is not a scene that we could have in the book. It's great that they included this.
As long as I'm back in time for school, they'll be fine.
And this is her last day, right?
Are you scared of doing something stupid?
Not for a second.
I love you.
I love you too.
And the fact that they waited till the end to include this, after we know everything. This red lighting has been so sinister throughout the show, but like for that scene...
And I'm wondering if there's a difference between what you want, what I want.
Is there?
Maybe. Sometimes I think I have more in common with Victor than I do my dad.
It does a bit, but it also makes me really happy.
So what should I do?
Whatever you want to do. I have every faith that whatever you decide to do, you will see it through.
Hey, babe. Didn't expect to hear from you. You and I can never be a thing. You know that.
Push him down the stairs.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm really sorry about what happened with Becca Bell. I guess now you can see what fucking psycho she is. Really can't believe anything she says. What do you want, you stupid bitch?
I want you to know that you're nothing. And I'm not going to stop until every single person you have ever hurt gets justice.
Yo. Doesn't he get arrested in this one?
Maybe we're leaving that for the second season. So they are teasing a season 2. So starts the Pip and Max rivalry.
Maybe go see that documentary on feminist post whateverism you keep going on about.
Please stop talking.
Ship it.
They ship it.
No, I shipped it first.
I was hoping the show would end with these two. Why are we panning away? Ah, I see. Oh, but anyway.
Those strings gonna be a tie-in to something. Is that something duct tape killer-esque?
I think those are what they put up
for the party.
to
let you know where to go.
That was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, season 1. I loved that so much.
That was exceptionally good.
As far as book adaptations go, that was really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, there was quite a bit they left out.
Yes.
That's always going to happen when you don't have, like, enough time, especially with only 6 episodes. But the stuff they did include was the most important stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minus Stanley.
Like, I know for this book he's not as important, but it just makes the next book, I feel like it might be... I don't want the next series to end up being kind of rushed because there's so much more they have to put in there.
Yeah,
unless they
I do remember he was arrested, Max.
At the
but
end
he
of
wasn't.
this-
Was he in jail or no? He was.
He
only...
was in jail, but awaiting trial, so they could like post bail and shit. But
So maybe season 2 opens up with her getting on that case. As far as villains go in this show, we didn't get much of Jason, but the actors who played... It's hard to call Becca a villain, but she literally is after what she tried to do to Pip. But the actors for Elliot and Becca, so uncomfortable to watch, you know? Elliot in his scenes, both his confession and the interrogation room, when he starts trying to justify it, like say that like, you know, all of us have a little evil in us, right? Like maybe it's not me, it's that small evil part of me. That's when you know you have nothing left to justify. When you're just trying to blame it on some ambivalent
little seed.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the first bits of the book or show, you're getting like that continuous balance where they're teetering between the good and always talking about the good and the bad, and then you finally get it, him just completely unhinged at the end and embracing the fool.
But yeah, and Becca, man, she toes the line between like victim and villain well, because she is a victim. Let's not deny that. Like what Max did to her, unforgivable, and he plays a big part in everything that happened in Andie and Sal, and Max's actor for that matter. Like when he was like intimidating Naomi into coming back with him after they hit and run. Oh my god.
It's just the red, hard red light, and then you see them back in the car, Naomi, and it's like bluish, but then she looks and it's just red. Oh, I would have pushed Max Hastings down the staircase.
They tried to swindle us with the Ravi thing, making us think he was gonna leave.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the book, right?
No.
Just another way to make book readers keep them on their toes. But I loved how he and Kara teamed up to save Pip at the end. Because I think in the book it was just Ravi.
And he had the tracking, but I kind of like that it's Kara that has the tracking on her.
Yeah.
Without her, like, instead of her sharing
And
it.
just she's not as smart as she thinks she is. They elaborated more on the scene where instead of just Becca drugging her in the house, she like takes her all the way out to the cave, which is like super dark. The flashback too when she's explaining about the whole Andie situation, because we got Andie's obviously like a very important character, but she's more so like this ever-present cloud in the background. We don't get much of her, and every time we get a flashback with her, it was very impactful. And that scene, I remember, was just like, we talk about Barney being dark, but like the whole thing, but like that is so dark. What happened between Becca and Andie, just like your sisters, and for that to end up the way it did.
And they said too, like I know in the book as well, because they are like trying to press like Becca, it's not your fault, right? Because like
it wasn't her fault, and there was a chance she could have got off her. But like it's the fact that she hit her body.
And the only thing as well in the reports, they said that she had died from asphyxiation. So she let her because she said too, like she's like I should have turned her over. I could have turned her to her side, but I just watched. And it's like, so then she ended up dying of asphyxiation. So then it's like, oh, buddy. Like, sure, you didn't directly kill her, but you didn't save her either.
If anyone has watched Breaking Bad, very similar dilemma there in season 2. There's a big debate over whether if you just let them die, are you responsible? If they were going to be dead anyway. But it's the fact that if you could have changed it and saved them, then yeah, you have culpability. The Isla thing too, they switched it up. Her actress, when she's sitting there with Elliot and like listening to him confess and like break down, the terror on her face was palpable.
You could see her just shaking, like just enough.
The wide eyes, and like she's like fucking deer in headlights, like fighting every urge you could tell to like run. For someone who had like 4 minutes of screen time total, killed it. And I think the change was welcome too. Like it made it even more creepy in a way that she knew she wasn't Andie Bell, but he just.
It's fucked up to say that I kind of liked it better that she was in distress the entire time, but it was better because
it's darker.
You don't really give these characters, because even with Becca too, you and Elliot, they both have that thing where like they didn't technically, you know what I mean? So they keep trying to give that small bit of chance that maybe they can be forgiven by either us or people in the show. Or the book, I mean, like the other characters, and it's like, you know that they can't. Not really, but it's like they kept pushing that small bit of hope. That's why I like so much more that Elliot just was an absolute piece of shit. This girl, she doesn't know. Like she does know, sorry, who she actually is. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm Andie, I'm chilling because this guy's taking care of me and I'm having a nice life here. So
like both Elliots in show and book are pathetic.
Yeah.
but in different ways.
In different ways, yeah. He
They
did a
still
very
kept the
good job at
spirit of-
portraying
yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah. Man, I really liked that they included that flashback of Sal and Andy there at the end, and the reveal that Sal was going to go with her. I don't know if they included that in the book. No. So that's really sweet and like a nice show addition. Because you like hear about these characters the whole show and like you fight to get justice for them, but you don't really know them, right? So it's nice to get a scene with them, even if it was only one and it was small. One thing I will say that the show kind of didn't lean to as much as the book did was the dark side of Andie Bell.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, it really emphasized like how everyone thought she was this golden child, and when Pip investigated her, she found out all of the bad parts about her. She was a bully, a drug dealer.
Even the bullying, they didn't even get into too much in the show.
I mean, they mentioned it, but they kind of glossed over the fact that she leaked Nat's nudes, and it didn't really even seem like it ruined her life as much as it did in the book, which is interesting. I guess I just didn't have time for that particular plot point.
But wasn't Nat also drugged and by Max?
Nat was.
Yeah, and Becca.
Nat and Becca.
But they didn't go over the Nat
I mean, in season two, Nat's a much bigger part, so I assume they'll
they're
include
just
that.
saving it.
The book ends with the conference, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ravi says very nice. Oh, we didn't get...
What?
I was looking forward to that. Ravi's speech about Sal.
Oh.
That
I mean, we
was-
still might.
It's true, because they also have like the memorial and stuff in the second book that maybe they'll just do
Yeah.
it there instead.
This show nailed Pip's arc, I think, because it's a slow breakdown from book 1 to 3 of like, I guess our morality.
Yes. And Pip getting unhinged a little bit.
Unhinged, right? But yeah, they really leaned into the theme of like what is good, what is bad.
Even throwing in the bad seed references.
And the way Emma Myers portrayed that was so well done. Like the Pip we met in book episode 1, miles different already from the Pip we know in episode 6, who is like world weary and changed and like just been broken down multiple times throughout the season. It was so fun to like watch her arc transpire like that. By far, like my favorite part of the show. Emma Myers killed it. Casting department killed it in general. Ravi.
Casting, wardrobe, music, cinematography.
Like there isn't a single casting decision I think that I was unhappy with. Maybe a few that were like appearance-wise were like, maybe that's not the way I imagined it, but like all the actors killed it.
I feel like definitely you have writers on this project that actually read the book.
Read the series.
They
and, like, were in love with it. You can tell.
You very much can tell when somebody is actively like, yes.
Biggest crime the show did was not including the red yarn.
Oh my god, yes. She had so much yarn in the book.
It just feels so surreal that I've finally seen this book in live action.
I know.
The main goal of an adaptation is to tell the story in a way that feels true and like does justice to the original source material. You can change it, but you have to like keep the spirit of it, you know, like, and that's going to be through not even necessarily like the plot, because there's so many adaptations, good adaptations out there that have made major changes to the plot. It's going to be through, like, for me at least, the characters. And if the vibe of the characters matches the vibe of the characters in the book, I'm happy. And this show succeeded in that respect in spades, especially with Pip and Ravi. They just felt ripped out of the book.
Oh my god. So goddamn spot on. Like, so spot on. I've never been happier with an adaptation in my entire life.
Even just the minor casting, like her family. I like that they gave Victor extra depth. What we didn't see was Naomi's reaction to Elliot, now I think about it.
And
did we
then
get it in the book?
I think so, because then by the second book, she's like kind of gone in the first, right?
I remember like that was kind of the last straw. And, like,
Yeah.
I think she was towing the line of going to.
Then she does go to her aunts for a bit, so it kind of, I hope, like, it's gonna suck if we just kind of have no Naomi and then it starts also no Naomi, because I did like her character. Like, I feel like there's good redemption in there.
Yeah.
In places, and the growth from her character too can be pretty good, because she's had a lot of, like, the scene where she just like, she's like, I'm gonna dance, and she just goes and she's like dancing, but she's like,
Yeah,
you could just
so,
see
like,
the
Oh man, the acting was so good, man.
So
The
goddamn
direction.
good.
Whoever directed this gave good notes to the actors.
Oh my god, yes. Who directed this? Because I'm gonna watch more of their. I gotta start doing that.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure it's all like British stuff, but I really liked like the cinematography, camera work.
Oh yeah.
Like this is a visually excellent show too.
Mm-hmm. So many really, really good shots. I know I've said that already, but it's like the one with the murder wall.
And like the way they introduced Isla there.
Mm-hmm. All of the stuff with Isla.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff at the Calamity Party, like with Max.
Yeah.
Is in like intense city.
When she almost gets like assaulted there. I mean, pretty much got assaulted, and like she's walking out. She's in a daze. Very realistically done.
Literally the first shot of the whole show itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
they knew how to hook their audience.
God damn.
The wardrobe department, costume design on point. Pippa's outfits were all like on point, man.
The music too, I like with the bass when it gets to really intense music moments, and they keep putting that like bass part line that sounds like the heartbeat. And again, I know this is a second book thing, but there's the part at the end of the second book where it's like all she's hearing is, but it's her heart, and it's like, and I just kept thinking about that every time it was playing like a heartbeat kind of bass thing throughout some scenes, and I'm like, just kept reminding me of that. And I know it's not the same, like this is a completely different part, but it just made me think like
Overall, this was an excellent show. Writing killed it, actors killed it, directors killed it. Emma Myers is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad she got this big role after Enid in Wednesday, because Enid was one of my favorite parts of Wednesday. And so to see her in this show and see her get a chance to like really showcase her acting skills, because Pip is a very different character from Enid.
Yes.
Like vastly different. And I love that. Like she's so good. Like the range she showed in this show, she can act.
I'm so excited for. I know I haven't gotten to book 3, but I know she's probably going to be even more crazier than she was in book 2, and I'm really pumped. Yeah. They have so much now they can do with the show. I have very high expectations, but I think they will deliver them.
Mm-hmm. If we don't get season 2 and 3, I'm going to
sue BBC. Sue Holly Jackson just cause.
Yeah, but like, there's no way we're not getting it. They set it up. They're teasing it.
They even teased the 3rd one. Now that well, I mean, I wouldn't have known, but like I know now. But still.
If and when we get season 2, we'll be here reacting to it day 1. Maybe not day 1, but we'll definitely react to it. Oh my god, I'm so excited, because I was so excited for this, and now it's done, and now I don't know what to do with my life. But yeah,
I know it was so quick.
It was so quick. We just, if you couldn't tell by our outfits, we just sat here for like 5 hours and watched this whole thing.
It's like 7 hours.
Yeah.
7 hours.
If you've watched up with us up until this point, thank you so much for watching. This was an amazing journey. I loved every second of it. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you. Drop a like, leave a comment. See you in the next.